The World Cup starts tomorrow. 48 teams, 104 games, one trophy. And right now, every analyst, every pundit, every football channel on the internet is talking about the same names. France, Spain, Argentina, England. Nobody, not one mainstream voice, is seriously talking about the team that could blow this entire tournament wide open. They are in what analysts are already calling the group of death. They have not been to a World Cup in 28 years, and they have the most dangerous striker on the planet, playing his first major international tournament, with absolutely nothing to lose. Stay with me, because when you see what this team did to get here, you will understand why I made this video. Group 1 at this World Cup is unlike anything else in the draw. France, the #1 ranked team in the world, two-time World Cup winners, one of the favorites to lift the trophy. Senegal, African powerhouses, Sadio Mane still leading the line. Iraq, making their return to the World Cup for the first time since 1986. And Norway, a team that has not been at a World Cup since 1998. A team that most casual fans had written off before the draw was even made. A team that, in my opinion, is being criminally underestimated by almost everyone covering this tournament. Here's the thing. Norway did not just qualify. They dominated their entire qualifying campaign in a way that almost no European team has ever done. And when you see the numbers behind this, you will understand why almost every analyst covering this group has it completely wrong. Let me start with the facts. Norway played 8 qualifying matches. They won, all 8. 0 draws, 0 losses. They scored 37 goals. That is the most of any team in European qualifying. They conceded just 5. That is an average of over 4.5 goals per game across a full qualifying campaign. For context, they beat Moldova 11-1. They beat Italy 3-0 at home. Then they went to the San Siro and beat Italy 4-1. Let me say that again. Norway beat Italy, 4-time World Cup winners, 4-1, in Italy's own stadium to clinch their place at this World Cup. The team driving all of this? Erling Haaland. He scored 16 goals in those 8 qualifying matches. 16. That equals Lewandowski's European record of 16 goals in a single qualifying campaign. But Haaland did it in just 8 games, compared to Lewandowski's 10. More goals per game than anyone in European qualifying history. Haaland is 25 years old. He is Norway's all-time top scorer with 55 international goals. And this is the first major international tournament he has ever played in. Think about that. The most lethal striker in world football has never played a World Cup game. Not once. Until now. And yet, he is not even the biggest story people are telling about this tournament. But here is what nobody is factoring in. Norway's draw at this World Cup gives them a genuine, realistic path to the knockout rounds before they even face France. I'm going to show you exactly why. In my opinion, this is where Norway's case becomes very serious. Their group fixtures are structured perfectly. June 16th, Norway versus Iraq. Iraq are making their first World Cup appearance since 1986. Norway, with Haaland and a full attacking lineup, should win this game. June 22nd, Norway versus Senegal. This is the key match. Win it, and Norway go into their final group game against France already through to the knockout rounds. At that point, the France game becomes almost irrelevant. The argument against Norway is always France. And yes, France are the #1 ranked team in the world. Kylian Mbappe is their captain. They have Dembele, Olise, Doué, Thuram, one of the most talented attacking squads at this tournament. But here is the counter to that argument. Norway do not need to beat France to advance. The expanded 48-team format, which includes the 8 best third-place teams advancing, means Norway can afford to lose to France and still make the knockout stage. And even if they did face France with everything on the line, Norway's qualifying campaign showed they can beat anyone. They beat Italy twice, the same Italy that knocked Norway out of the 1998 World Cup. Norway went back, 28 years later, and settled that score, at the San Siro. That is not a team that fears big opponents. That is a team with a point to prove. Remember what I said about everyone focusing on France in this group? Here is where it starts to collapse as an argument. Because France have a very real vulnerability that analysts are not talking about, and it directly benefits Norway. France are the favorites. I am not going to pretend otherwise, but favorites have weaknesses, and France have one that is directly relevant to Norway's style of play. France, under Didier Deschamps, have historically been conservative. They are a team built on defensive solidity first, individual brilliance second. In 2018, they won the World Cup while conceding only 6 goals in 7 games. In 2022, they reached the final playing a similar pragmatic style. The problem for France in this group is that Norway do not play that way at all. Norway press high. They attack with pace and verticality. Their entire system is built around Haaland, getting the ball behind defenses quickly, into space, where he is almost impossible to stop. In my view, this is a genuine tactical mismatch. France's defense is built to absorb pressure and counter. Norway does not give teams the ball back to counter with. They keep the tempo high, they stay compact out of possession, and then they transition at pace. And behind Haaland, Norway have Martin Ødegaard. Odegaard has just captained Arsenal to a Premier League title. He is in the form of his career. His ability to play between the lines, to create space and find Haaland with precise through balls, makes Norway genuinely dangerous against any defense in this tournament, including France's. My read on this, and I want to be clear this is analysis, not a certainty, is that Norway are not just a dark horse. They are a structured, peak form, tactically coherent team that has not been taken seriously because of their 28-year absence from this stage. That absence is a perception problem, not a quality problem. So let me bring this together. Norway qualified with 8 wins from 8, 37 goals, the best attacking numbers in European qualifying. They are led by the most dangerous striker in world football at his first major tournament. Their draw gives them a realistic and clear path to the knockout rounds without needing to beat France. Based on everything I have covered, in my opinion, Norway are the most underestimated team at this entire World Cup. Not just a team who might surprise one opponent, a team with the structure, the form, the firepower, and the fixture list to genuinely go deep. Here is the reframe I want to leave you with. Everyone is asking whether Haaland can handle a World Cup. Nobody is asking whether World Cup defenses can handle Haaland. He has never played at this level before, but neither have they faced him with this much riding on it. That might be the most important thing about Norway at this entire tournament. I know a large number of you watching this think Norway will get knocked out in the group stage, and this video will not age well. Tell me exactly why in the comments. Which team stops them, and at what point? I read every single one, and I will reply.